guys, if you're seeing me like this, you know what it is. We're back on the Cape, and going to be here for 2 glorious days. Right now it's semi-raining, and this is going to be it. For the next 2 days, it's almost 0% chance of precipitation. You got it, but there's no precipitation coming. So right now, let's go take a look at the boat. I haven't been down here literally in 2 months, since my birthday back on June 17th. So let's go take a look, and I'm so looking forward to getting up there. I'm hoping this trip to go ahead and get my non-skid down. I got to finish taping out the foredeck in a kind of a meticulous fashion so that it goes down very precisely where I want it to be and in the pattern I want it. So let's go take a look and see what we got. At least my mast and boom are still up on the stands where they belong. There we go. Over here, let's take a look and see if we had any cave-in. That is perfect. Look at that. Amazing. That's perfect. Nothing wrong to starboard, that's for sure. Let's go take a look up forward here. Yeah, but I'm not worried about that. That's taut because of this water probably laying down there, but I don't think it's getting on the deck. Oh, look at that. That's what's keeping it taut right there. That's all water that's collected down. Okay, let's go look at starboard. Excuse me, port. Back here aft. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. Nothing got in the cockpit, that's for sure. That's looking really good. Well, with the rain still coming down periodically till about 10 or 11, we're going to leave this till tomorrow morning. And we'll get her all unwrapped in the morning. And, so good to be down here. Yes! Gonna get some work done. Oh, we're back aboard. Let's turn this around. Well, right around 7 o'clock. Could have been out here earlier, but I just needed to have some time to get a couple of things together as far as my video stuff. So anyway, we're out here, and yeah, it's been 2 months, and it tells. Got all the water out of the tarp around the foredeck, and going to be able to pull that back a little bit later. One of the things we're going to be doing this morning is finishing off the taping of the foredeck. Now, I haven't even looked at it yet, so I don't know. I'm going to have to check and see if it's going to be all right to do that, or maybe we're going to have to do some retaping. I don't know, but the whole point is I've got to get this thing, all the taping done in such a way that when I go to put my non-skid down, it looks right. You know, that everything is in the right place. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. Beautiful days coming up. We had rain most of the way down last night from just south of Boston all the way to the Cape, and then till about 10 or 11 o'clock last night, so that's why I didn't bother to uncover anything. So anyway, this morning I'm going to go grab a quick breakfast, and they're going to be back out here and get that foredeck uncovered, and we're going to take a look at it, see what we got. Remember that before I pulled the tarp back over it and got everything covered up, it had rained briefly, and I tried to sop up as much of the rain as possible with paper towel in order to have the tape not get messed up where it was very carefully situated. So we'll see. We'll check that out a little bit later. Okay, guys, I'm going to go grab some breakfast. We'll be right back. Well, I got it all uncovered. The wind blew a truckload of pine needles up underneath the tarp. I have no idea how it managed that. And this is very dirty, but I've already gone over it with some Windex and some paper towels, and it looks pretty good now. So I've got to do some taping off in the corners down here. I've got to do some taping off right here. And it looks like I may have to do this center strip. It's kind of crumpled here. Maybe it's good enough. I don't know. But anyway, ultimately, it has to be good enough for the non-skid to go down and be able to peel immediately, because once you have your non-skid down, I've been doing some reading on it, once you have your non-skid down, you don't let it harden with the tape under it, otherwise you're going to have a problem getting the tape up. So they say as soon as this goes down, it starts to, you know, just be there and solidly, just go ahead and get your tape up immediately. And it will give you this perfect edge. That's the theory. So right now I've got to make a trip up to West Marine, and I'll be back. I'm also going to go downstairs and locate my broom and dustpan. I've got that little broom and dustpan that I always use, and I've got to get a truckload of pine needles off from the edges and back up, tucked up under the tarp there. And then we begin sanding this center part. It's on either side of the center strip. And that once we sand that, to be able to put the, well, no, actually, tape first, get the tape all done where we get all our rounded corners and everything, then we sand, and then we put down the non-skid. So, all right, we'll be right back. Well, guys, it wouldn't be a trip to the Cape without a trip to West Marine, and we're here. This is the time I've got to go ahead and buy those bolts. These are the hold downs for my bow pulpit, and there are a total of 12 bolts that do the job, and 3 of the 12, in other words, I need 1 foot more. Well, 3 of the 12 are kind of boogered up and so on and so forth. And I need to buy not only 3 new bolts, but I also need to buy all the nuts. I'm getting all brand new nuts for all 12 bolts. And so that's why we're here. Also getting a gift certificate for my brother. We both of us being boat guys, we live by our gift certificates. And so I give one to him, and then it's my birthday, he gives one to me. It's great. So anyway, I'm going to be picking that up, and probably some thick saw. I got to look at that and see what that stuff is like, and see if we may want to pick some of that stuff up. But right now, I think I'm probably going to be able to do all of this with gift cards. I think I've got about 3 or 4 of them in my wallet right now. So let's get in there and get started. Well, my Vermont work box comes to the Cape and meets up with all the stuff that's needed to complete the whole job. So anyway, well, not the whole job, but you get the idea. So here's my hawse pipe. This has been all cleaned up very nicely. Okay, we're good on that. And here's my deck cleat with 4 brand new bolts that you've already seen the video on. And here we go with, hang on, let me get out my, these are my really good bolts that I've already completely cleaned these, gotten all the crud off them that was, in other words, this caulking stuff that was on them, completely cleaned them with paint thinner, etc., etc. And now got this, and I'll tell you what, I'm glad I went back, because at first I didn't think they had this stuff. I went back and checked, and sure enough, there they are. They had the exact same things. These are 1/4 by 20 by 2 inches, and good news, they had all the 1/4 by 20 nuts to go with them, and so we got 12 brand new nuts to go with all 12 of the bolts. And these are 3 brand new bolts to replace 3 of the ones. Where's my other packet? It's in right here. Okay, these are the bolts that were kind of messed up, and the actually threading was boogered on all 3 of these. And I got the old nuts on there just to signify that these are the ones that were kind of bad. So anyway, but I've got 3 brand new ones to take the place of those, and all the nuts to go on all 12. And so we are now good to go with all our mounting bolts for the bow pulpit. Anyway, you know, I love it when a plan comes together. I mean, this is something I've been working on for a while, you know, just planning this. And this is one of my first, one of the first things I wanted to get done was just have these here ready to go when the bow pulpit goes on. So anyway, we put our deck cleat back in there and our hawse pipe back in there, and these will be stashed away up in the V berth, and they'll be nice and neat and ready to go when the time comes. There we go.
glad about it.
Well, this is the first one. Not perfect, but I'm getting it. I take 2 spans of this, but it's got to be side by side because you've got to be able to see through this. I use this as my circumference, and I got to be able to see through that tape and see where it lines up as it comes up against the back line and the side line coming down the tow rail. And then I just, when that's done, I just go ahead and trace that on the inside with a pencil, and then I cut it. Picky business, picky. This is the first one. I think it's going to get better each time, but we'll see. I'm going to go over to port and see if we can duplicate that, and then I've got to do 2 in the middle here where the back pieces come down. See, that tape is pulling up. I may have to do another one of those. Anyway, not great, but not bad. Okay, this is now the 3rd attempt on this one corner. I'm just very, very picky about this because it's got to be right. So anyway, this is a port side 3rd attempt. Come from starboard, work to port. Ooh, that's working. That's working. Very nice. Okay, I got a little more right here. I've already cut this, but it's being stubborn. Doesn't want to let go. All right. There we go. There we go. And just for the record, we're not going to be doing non-skid today. Tomorrow is lighter wind than today. And by the way, wind today is not bad. It's better than it was the previous 2 times we were here when we were really having to cope with a lot of crap coming down on the deck. But tomorrow is supposed to be even lighter wind, and I don't want to mess with this until we get optimum conditions. Optimum would be no wind, but we'll deal with, I think it's supposed to be 6 miles an hour. We'll see what we can do. Okay, we'll talk to you about that tomorrow. Meantime, I'm going to try to get these 2 center curves done up, and I'll bring you right along on that project. If you work it right and your corners, your rounded edges are not too broad, like just so I'm using just the inside of this roll of tape here, and they're not too broad. 1 layer of 2-inch is all you need to go right into the corner, and then be able to very carefully work this edge to where it fits perfectly between your back edge and your center. And so far it's worked every time. And all you need is 1. I started off doing 2 widths, and it was stupid. All I needed was 1 width. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do this one same way I did that one, and we should be good. I'll let you follow along. Well, the last one was the best one. This one right here. That just really came out nice. The one to starboard over here toward the, as you're looking to the right. Not so hot, you know, it's not bad, but anyway. So, that was done. Let me get up off the deck here. That one's done. All of these at the back are done. Okay, so I changed this up here, and I don't know if you can tell. As a matter of fact, I'll clear all that stuff off, and I want you to look at it. Where as far as measurements are concerned, it looks right. But I may mess around with that some more. I've never seen the front of non-skid look like that, where it just comes in at an angle like that. I don't mind being different. You know, little girl is different. She's kind of a girl all unto herself, and I don't mind that. So I'm gonna look at that some more and see if I want to go ahead and do a round off type thing, or just leave it like that. Anyway, yeah. Like I said, I really like that one right there. This came out really super. First cut, didn't have to mess with it. It just came out super. So really nice. Well, guys, that's it for the round-offs. Hard to tell from up here, isn't it? Anyway. Actually, I've got some shots from up on the cabin top that are better shots than this, but anyway, came out pretty good. And I think I'm going to leave these like they are. I've measured these about 6 times, these angle things. And keep in mind, the non-skid is going to come right like this and then back. It's instead of having a round off like it is back in those corners, it's going to do that. And like I said, I don't mind being different. I kind of like that. So, kind of like a chevron. Obviously, this is going to remain white up above here. All white, go up and behind the breast hook. And white down the margins, which have already been double painted. So anyway, all right, I think that's it. Next step is sand all of the interior of where the round offs and inside those 2 big spaces, because that's what's going to go down. It's going to make it right to go down with the non-skid. So that's going to be my next step. Well, it's time. I'm going to go ahead and start sanding this. Every bit of what is not under tape is getting sanded, because that's where the non-skid's going to go down, hopefully tomorrow, if the wind stays down the way I'm anticipating. And by the way, right now it's almost dead calm, which I love it. And so we're going to go ahead and get this sanded and get it ready for non-skid. Okay, I have sanded all of starboard. Now, one of the things I've been doing ever since, or periodically all the way through the sanding process, to get down at a very low angle. And by the way, it's an easy thing here, because that's a sheen paint. In other words, it's got a shine on it. When you sand it and do a good job, by the way, this is 60 grit, which is nice, and there's plenty of grit to be able to get everything sanded down with a good tooth to it, to be able to let the all grip kick in. And I'm sorry, not all grip, Kiwi Grip. Give credit where credit is due. They're not paying me, but there it is. Okay, and get down at an angle now. Right now, I can see an area right up there, about right in here, that needs some more work. And so I'm going to get on that. But for the most part, you look across this and you can tell. See what I'm saying? You can tell it's been sanded. When you take that against that, you can see the sanding. If a very good low angle, yeah, you can tell. Okay, so that's my little piece of advice. And I've been able to go ahead and take the sandpaper and sand right up close to and actually touch the tape without tearing up the tape. You know, you got to be careful. You don't want to go too heavy with it. But you look at this. You can see right there. That's been sanded. And over here, where the tape, it comes up against the toe rail and everything, that was all pre-sanded before I put my second coat of paint on the margins. And so it makes it much easier because I can go ahead and just sand right up to the area that's already sanded along the edge there, and I'm good to go. All right, that's it. I got to get to work. I'm going to get the port done. One more clue. When you, after you have sanded, you run your hand over it, you can feel that it has been sanded. You can tell the difference. Put your hand on top of the nice slick area over here, then put your hand on that. Oh yeah, you can tell, yep, that's sanded. That's going to be very adequate for the Kiwi Grip. So yeah, this side, the starboards are done, all done. We're good to go. It's about done. I just got everything to do right up in behind the breast hook here, and this port side will be done too. And see, beauty is from my angle right now, where the sun is over to the west of us here. I've got enough sunlight on my port side to where I can actually see areas where I'm a little on the lacking side from. It just needs a little more sanding, and so. I'm catching those probably a lot better than I did over on starboard. I'm going to go back and double check my starboard too. But anyway, I'm almost done. And like I said, I think we're going to wait till tomorrow morning and get the Kiwi Grip on then. And yeah, this is coming out nice. It was a whole lot easier than I thought it was going to be. It sands up well. And I'm sure that it's going to take the Kiwi Grip just fine. Hi guys, coming to you from Vermont, where it has turned colder. It's I think about 51 degrees right now. Anyway, just want to do a wrap on this particular episode of Restoring Little Girl. All the prep work went really well, and there's going to be more prep work as we get into episode 2. But in the meantime, I just wanted to get this one out and let you take a look at how we're doing things, about doing the roundouts and the corners and all that kind of stuff. When we get into this next time, I do run into a complication with the Kiwi Grip, but not because of the Kiwi Grip itself, and I'll explain that later. The good news is it all turned out great, and I'm just very, very proud of how it came out, and I can't wait to show you this next episode that we've got coming up. That'll be out in about a week. But in the meantime, thank you for stopping by Restoring Little Girl. Hope you enjoy this. We'll catch you in about a week's time. Take care. Bye.